Welcome back, guys. Thanks for joining me for another beer review. We're going local sort of thing now. We're heading off to Mould, and no, it's not a Polly's Brew Co beer, but it's probably, I think there's 3 breweries in Mould. Polly's are clearly the biggest one. I think this brewery are sort of like the second biggest one, I'm going to say, or I'm going to guess. No doubt somebody out there will prove me wrong if I am wrong. But we are visiting Hafod Brewing Co now. Started in 2011, and we've got a bottle of their Dark Times Black IPA coming in at 6.9%. It's in a 330ml bottle, and I picked it up from a Bargain Booze in Mould, and it was £2.75. So I think I've done 3 of their beers, if I remember rightly. The Pilsner, clearly something wrong with that, oxidised. I've done a West Coast IPA, which was nice enough as a standalone beer, I would say, but not really what I expected. I probably expected too much, maybe, because I'm getting the impression these are more traditional, this brewery, with a touch of craft rather than craft beers. So I was maybe a little bit harsh on that. And I also done their bitter, and the bitter was fantastic. I really enjoyed that. So hopefully, me being a fan of the old black IPAs, I'm going to enjoy this. I'm going to try and expect it to be traditional sort of black IPA. So let's get it cracked open, see what we get. Glass for use now. I don't have a Hafod Brewing one, so we are going with the old Super Dad one. Don't believe it. I don't. So yeah, let's get it cracked open and see what we get. And hopefully we'll have a bit more luck with this one than a couple that we've had. Hopefully it's going to be a banger. I do like a black IPA, and funny enough, the black IPAs that I have enjoyed most have tended to be the ones, I would say, that have been a little bit more traditional than full-on craft. I just find them ones, maybe as good as the beers are, I just find them a little bit overpowering, whereas the sort of traditional ones seem to be a bit more sort of balanced, I would say. So hopefully this is going to be one of them. Anyway, I'm talking far too much. That's all the beer in the glass. So, in a glass, I can see the light coming through. That's sort of like a mahogany sort of colour, I'm going to say. I can see a few bubbles going up the glass. We've got just short of a finger, slightly off-white compact head. It's maybe not as dark as I was expecting, but I think I always expect it to be darker, even when it maybe shouldn't be. But yeah, it looks as it does. So let's dive in with the nose and see what we get. And I haven't spilt any yet. Well done, Bazza. Now, this could be me. I'm full of a cold. I certainly picked up the things in the last review I've done. Not picking so much up in this one. I think that could be me. But it's malty. It's got that, I'm just picking up that little bit of a rich roastiness in there. Subtle hints of the hop that you would expect in the aroma, but everything is a little bit subdued. But rather than knock it for that, I'm going to put that down to me. It does smell quite nice. It does smell nice, actually. The more I sort of sniff it, the more I'm getting from it. So it does smell quite nice. Maybe even a little bit of chocolate in there. Yeah, maybe even a little bit of chocolate on the nose. So let's stop waffling on. Hafod Brewing goes Dark Times Black IPA. Cheers. Okay, I quite like that. We'll get on to the rest. I'll do my usual thing. .9%. There's no wateriness about it. I could be wrong. I was maybe expecting a slightly heavier body. Saying that, the body is very nice. It makes it very drinkable. A gentle fizz of carbonation as soon as the beer touches your mouth. The fizz isn't one that comes in sort of later on. It's there instantly, skims across your palate and goes. So it's not overpowering in the carbonation department. It's not going to fill you up with too much gas. It's pretty smooth. It's pretty soft. It's pretty damn tasty. Like I say, I have got a cold, so maybe some of the flavours aren't so pronounced as they would be if I didn't have a cold. The flavours do feel a little bit subdued for me, but again, like I say, that could be me. But as in the tastes, you get a nice, not really heavy, rich maltiness, but you do get a richness in that malty taste. There's a nice little bit of coffee, nice little bit of chocolate in there, and that's really all on the front end. Behind that, that's when you start getting that sort of IPA hoppy taste. Now, repeat myself again, is that me? Is it me that it's not seeming so punchy? Pardon me, or is it the actual beer? Whatever it is, I'm not too bothered because I think it is well balanced. So if I'm not picking up so much coffee or picking up so much of the IPA sort of hop taste to it, doesn't really matter because the balance is still there. It may be a little bit more in your face if I didn't have this cold and what have you, but the flavours would still be balanced, I would say. I like it. I do like it. Like I say, it's not massively heavy, but there's no wateriness there. The body is nice. The 6.9% you don't get for me. There's no sort of burn or extra sort of strength that you feel in this beer. It drinks really well. It's an enjoyable beer, and at 6.9% it's very drinkable. It is very drinkable. It's certainly one that could catch you off your guard a little bit. I think it'd be quite easy to sit and drink 4 or 5 of these in a reasonably short space of time, especially with them being a smaller bottle, and actually go to stand up and think, whoa, hang on, he's caught me out there. Should have had a butty before I come out, kind of thing. So yeah, I think this is decent, and that's nice to have actually, because like I said, the Pilsner was shocking. Issues with it, had to be oxidised. The West Coast I was a little bit disappointed with. The best bitter I did enjoy, but this one, it seems that I've maybe got the worst ones out the way, if you like, to start off with. So things are looking up. So the bitter was good, and I'm really enjoying this Dark Times Black IPA. So yeah, if you like your black IPAs and you still like them with that traditional feel, I would highly recommend trying Hafod Brewing Co.'s Dark Times. Thumbs up from me. I recommend you pick it up. If you've had it before, let me know what you think. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. I've tried not to talk too much, but I still have. Thank you all for watching. Feel free to subscribe, and I'll see you again soon on another beer review. Cheers.